Welcome back, survivors. Last episode, we spent a lot of time in the prison. We got a lot of loot, but I think now we need to start working more on the base. So, the next crafting station we can make is the fabrication workbench, and we've unlocked the ability to make the forge. We've leveled up enough our construction skill. Basically, I've just been spamming a bunch of metal brackets and reinforced planks and rods. We're going to need them eventually, but doing so, you learn by doing in this game. So crafting stuff gains you crafting skill. So, the makeshift forge, so we can make ingots, we're going to need that. The kiln to start making charcoal. But to make all this stuff, we're going to need some more advanced materials, like limestone bricks and reinforced metal brackets. Now, the reinforced metal brackets are in here, and they need concrete paste, which we don't have yet, in addition to some other things, screws and metal brackets. And to make concrete paste, we need limestone powder. To make limestone powder, we need raw limestone, and then you crush it. If you have a heavy hammer, so we'll have to put a heavy hammer in here, it says. But we need to find raw limestone, so let's grab our pickaxe. You mine for a lot of materials in this game. Do I not have... Oh, there it is, pickaxe. Let's grab that. Let's just go ahead and put that on our hotbar. Should be the last item there. Yep, pickaxe. And we need to go find some limestone today. Now, there are other materials as well. You can mine up bauxite, I think, to make aluminum. You can mine iron to make iron ingots and iron materials. There's a copper one. I forget what. I think it's hematite. You mine that to craft it into copper ingots. Anyways, there's lots of other things we need to get, in order to be able to craft these new crafting stations in our base. Because I'd like to get the charcoal kiln and the forge and the new fabrication bench. But to do all that, we need some more advanced components. So let's get after it. Oh, let me look at my map here, actually. So, wrong map. Let me turn on the phone. If you equip a map in your hotbar, you can look at it, but it doesn't show your GPS coordinates. So you need the phone to actually do that. So there are mines scattered all over the map. They are typically found around the mountains. So here we have Averill Mountain, Johnson Mountain, and Dannemora Mountain. So those are all three pretty close to us. We also have Lion Mountain over here. So I'm going to start looking for some caves to go explore and see if we can find some ores to mine. Alright, I'm not sure how well you guys can see it because it's foggy. I found a little quad out here that I'm riding. But this watchtower, you want to keep an eye out for these. I found them in previous playthroughs, and they are an excellent way to find points of interest on the map. What you do, you climb up the top of the watchtower, and first of all, you get a great vantage point of the map. Like, you can see really far off. There's that farm. I'm not far from our base. I just went south of our base there, and we're exploring this first mountain, Johnson Mountain. I'm going to check out Dannemora Mountain, or wherever this takes me, and I'll show you what I mean here. If you come into these watchtowers, they have these firefinder maps, and if you examine them, you get marks appearing on your map. You examine this and discover 6 locations of interest nearby that will now appear on maps. So, as you can see, we have these question marks. It says unknown. These are usually mine entrances in many cases. I say usually, but in many cases, these are mine entrance. One of these is almost certainly a mine entrance. It said 6, but I only see 3 here. We probably have already discovered the other ones. It was probably these close by cabins and the farm. But if you go to these, oftentimes there will be a mine entrance, and that's what we're looking for, which is why I stopped here. There's smoke out in the distance too. Wait, that's to the west. That's not the same crash site. We may need to check that out today too. I'm not sure how far away that is. Hang on, do I have my sniper rifle? Can we see that? Nah. Can't really get a better view of whatever is out there, but there's another watchtower. We could go to that and probably get a good view of wherever that smoke is coming from. That's the farm. I'm pretty sure that's the one we looted. No, that says that's to the south, so that's another farm area. Let's see what's on the other side over here. Sometimes you can spot the mine entrances just by, if you have a scoped weapon like this. There are binoculars in the game too if you find them. So this first one is showing it is out in this direction. Make sure we're facing, yeah, we're pretty much facing it. So there's a road that leads up. It looks like it might be this, but that doesn't look like a mine entrance from here. Hard to tell. We'll get out. We'll keep exploring. Got this new quad. Oh, there's a generator here. We may want to take that. We can move that. Yeah, let's take that back to our box truck, and we can put it either in or on our box truck and take this back to the base. So when the power goes out, we've got a backup generator that we can, as long as we have fuel, we can. Oh, my box truck is this way. Would it be easier to put it on the quad and transport it? Will that work? Is that a thing? Oh wait, this is the one that runs. Oh, I think it does. I think it does. It looks a little silly, but let's hop on. Fire it up. Take this back to the box truck. Let's go check out some of those waypoints that appear on our map and see if we can find the cave we're looking for. Oh, I think we might have found one here. Yep. There it is, Rook's Cavern. Okay, so that was one of those markers that were appearing, and this is a mine. I'm not sure if it's got what we need in it. It's limestone. I just ran over here. I left the quad because I had to go down the mountain to find this. All right, let's turn off our cell phone and turn on our flashlight. We've got a pickaxe. Should be ready. What's in here? Oh, nice. Limestone. Okay, perfect. Most of the caves I found have got limestone in them. There's three limestone deposits. Grab our pickaxe. And essentially all you do is equip the pickaxe, run up and hit the limestone. Now, there's a limit to how many you can get. I think it's about 16 raw limestone per little node here, the veins. But there's several of them in here, so it's going to be more than we can carry once we're all... once we get them all. Yep, 16 is the maximum we can carry. Be interesting to see if there's anything else back here real quick. They're kind of easy to get lost in sometimes. What's that? Sandstone. The sandstone is used to make glass, but we don't need that right now. Hematite. I'm pretty sure hematite makes iron and steel. We should grab a little bit of that. The main thing we want to focus on is, of course, the concrete that we're trying to get, so we need the limestone for that. Is there anything else back here? More hematite? Oh, there's plenty of hematite. More sandstone. Yeah, there's tons of hematite. Oh, we've got a pickaxe. I've already got one, so I'm not going to worry about that. A locked box. It says explosives box. So, dynamite. Stick of dynamite. You need a lighter to ignite it. We'll take that. That could be useful. Sunscreen. You can get a sunburn in this game. A coffee pot, some fishing line, a GPS, a portable cot. So the GPS works like the map does, or like your cell phone does. So if the battery goes out, we've got a backup. In fact, there's a couple of extra batteries. I don't need any fishing bait or fishing line or a portable cot. I've already got a cot in the back of the box truck. That looks like the end of this cave. So I'm going to mine all the limestone here that I can carry, take it back to the base. Oh, there's more over here. What's this? An ore bag. Raw califrite. So that makes your copper and raw limestone. Cool, cool. What's in this duffel bag? Arrows, batteries, some scrap, some bug spray. I don't think that's a thing, so I'm not going to worry about it. Fishing bait and a lighter. Don't need any of that. Yeah, let's just grab all the limestone we can, get out of here, and head back to the base. Oh, we got a zombie. Hello, zombie. What you doing down here? Hiding out? Hiding out from the other zombies? Alright, back here at the base, let's drop in this raw limestone, and we're going to turn that raw limestone into limestone powder. If you put a hammer into a heavy hammer, I had a spare mini sledge that I put in here, and then we're going to turn that raw limestone into limestone powder. And it's not very efficient. There is a more efficient way of doing it with a crusher, but we just don't have the skill to do that yet. And with that limestone powder, we can now make concrete paste. And with the... Oh, let's see. I need to put up this hematite because it's kind of heavy. I think I've got some room over here. We will turn that into iron later once we build the forge. So I'm going to need water to make concrete paste. And to put water in there, we're just going to grab... what was that? Metal basin, I think, could hold a lot of water. Is it in this? I forget which container I put in. Oh my gosh, I've got so much stuff in here. Yeah, metal basin. We'll grab one of those. We'll fill it up with water from the sink. Let's see, fill container. And we want basin. Let's select it. And now it's full of water. And we're going to just place it into the crafting bench. So grab the basin, drag it in there. We've still got just enough weight. I'm going to pull out some of these rods and planks. Now we've got 102 limestone powder, and we'll just start turning that into the concrete paste that we need, and we can then turn the concrete paste into various items. We could turn it into limestone bricks, but I think what we're going to use it for, what we need it for more immediately, is the reinforced metal brackets. And with those reinforced metal brackets, we can make the next crafting station, the fabrication workbench. Is that what we needed for that? No, we needed it for the forge. Reinforced metal brackets. We need 4 of those. Iron, scrap, and screws. So let's just pin that real quick. And with the fabrication workbench, it says we need 2 components and 5 iron ingots. So we're going to need to make the forge to get the ingots we need for the fabrication workbench. This is going to, for the charcoal kiln, is also going to require limestone bricks and reinforced metal brackets. We're going to need 4 more of those. So I'm just going to queue up like all the concrete paste I can make. There we go. It'll either run until I run out of water, which it looks like I have. I've run out of water, so we're going to go grab... The only thing you got to keep an eye on for is the weight of this. If the container is full and you're still crafting stuff, it dumps it onto the floor. So I don't think it will despawn right away, at least, but it is something to keep an eye out for. Let's fill our water basin back up and craft out the rest of this concrete paste, and then we need to make reinforced metal brackets, craft this forge. Now I need to figure out a place to put the forge. I could probably stick it in here because I'm not really using this area, and there's a lot of room in it. So let's destroy this cabinet, get it out of the way. Oh gosh, all the books fell. Alright, let's scrap the books and the baseball trophy, and we'll put it right in here. I don't know, should we put the forge in here or outside? May actually be better in this little shed right here. Yeah, oh, there's a sledgehammer in here. I could have used that for my heavy hammer. I never did loot everything out of here, but I think this might actually be a good place for it. There's a shovel in the corner. I am going to actually put it in here. I think it'll be, like, aesthetically, it'll look better so we don't have a forge inside of our house. But then also... You know, like roleplay reasons. You wouldn't want a lit forge inside your house, probably heating it up and having all kind of smoke in there. So we'll build the forge actually out there in the shed. That'll actually look a little bit better, I think, too, instead of having it in the base. We're very encumbered. I could probably put up some of these planks and rods. And there we go, that's that. Now let's make our reinforced brackets. All of our concrete paste is done for now. We'll make some more here in a minute, but for now we just need the brackets. Reinforced brackets, I need a driver in there, a powered driver. Let's see, which driver do I have? I have a hydraulic driver on me, which probably means I've got one in my storage. No, I do have one. I do have one. I was just overlooking it. Electric driver. There it is. All right, I can use that then. I don't know how I missed it the first time. I was too busy looking down instead of in the center of the thing. Let's see. Industrial driver. No, I want electric driver. All right, now let's make our brackets. And we need to make 4 of those. Did it not put it in the... It did not put it in the storage bin because the storage bin is full. Or not the storage bin, but in the container. The container's full. Let me pull the powder out, the limestone powder, Let's see if that'll get it. Okay, there we go. Gosh, a lot of steps to do. We need 4. Actually, we need 8, so go ahead and queue up 8 of those. And let's grab the iron scrap I've got, the screws I've got, and just wait on these brackets. And then we can build a forge and our kiln. Go ahead and put it out there as well. Let's see. That is a station, a crafting station. And to make that kiln, we're going to need limestone bricks. So we'll have to get the forge first, then make the kiln. Okay, in the forge, I've got it placed now inside our little shed here, and we're going to put charcoal. You need charcoal for fuel. You can use coal as well if you've got any, but I haven't found any yet. And so let's put in our concrete paste and turn this on, ignite it, and then we just have to wait for these this concrete paste to turn into our limestone bricks. Now, there you go. We get a rate of 2 to 1, so this should produce 25 bricks. We need 20, so that's more than enough. I just need to watch it so we don't burn up all of our charcoal once it's done. Because charcoal is kind of time-consuming to get. It'll be the next thing we make, is that charcoal kiln right here, and you basically take your wood logs, put it in there, set it on fire, and it turns it into charcoal, but it takes a very long time. Alright, once that's heated up, it does not take long. Let's go ahead and turn that off. And one thing we have to be careful of, we are wearing firefighter gloves. If we're not, and we try to take these bricks out while it is still hot, we will get burned again. So let's go ahead and grab those. It says you retrieve the hot material protected by your gloves. So now we've got everything we need to make our charcoal kiln. Let's build it right next to the forge. Will it fit in here? It takes up a lot of room. Just barely fits. Actually, let's rotate it. I think it might look a little better this way. Come on, come on. Get in there. All right, and is that facing correctly? Yes, okay, good. That's the actual way I wanted it to rotate. Anyways, now we're gonna need some wood. Where did I put all my logs into the wood log storage, which is actually outside in this container. I'll just grab a stack of them for now. And 50 logs should make 50 charcoal, but like I said, it takes an extraordinarily long time compared to most everything else. It just takes a really long time. I think it's like 50 seconds once it heats up. It takes like 50 seconds per log, so that's like, I don't know, an hour to run through all of those, if my math is right, or close to an hour anyways. Let's see, we got 5 bricks left over, we got some charcoal left over, we still have some residual heat in that, so we could smelt other things while it's still hot, and in that we can melt all kinds of things. We can melt our aluminum scrap into aluminum. Let me grab that real quick. I probably should have had this planned out, but so that we wouldn't lose a bunch of residual heat from it. While it's cooling down, it will go ahead and start crafting those aluminum ingots. We'll need those later. We don't need them quite yet, but it's good to have them when we do need them. Let's get those going. And anything else we can make, plastic from the plastic scrap, those don't take long either. I feel like there's another, oh yeah, the hematite. We needed to grab it. Oh, my inventory is full. I am overweight. Over encumbered here. Let's find some stuff to drop. Oh, my pickaxe. That's right. I need to repair that one. We mined pretty much all the limestone in that cave, and we need to repair this. What is it going to take? Iron scrap. Let's grab some of that then. Let's see. Iron scrap. We'll just grab a stack of it. And then repair our pickaxes. I went ahead and picked up the other one that was in that cave too, so we'd have a spare. Repaired that one as well. All right, we've got spares. And I'm going to plop those pickaxes in the truck just to keep them in there. We don't need this iron scrap anymore. Let's see if those aluminum ingots are done. We can plop this plastic scrap in there. Grab those, put the plastic scrap in there, see if we have enough heat to make a few of those real quick. Yep, because they only need 482 degrees, so our forge is still cooling down. This is one way to conserve some of your charcoal, because like I said, charcoal is pretty hard to, or not hard to come by, but it takes a while. So we've made 3 in that time, so it just takes a while. All right, and lastly, we need to make 2 components. Now, to make components, we need plastic casings, which I'm already making from the plastic ingots, and then we need copper wire bundles, which we make from torn wires, which we found just in various areas scrapping. It also uses plastic casings. So I'm going to craft up, I don't know, a few of those and then craft the components. We need 2 components. We need 5 iron ingots. And I've just been kind of sticking my ingots in here. Make sure I've got enough weight. I got 1 copper ingot I was able to craft from some of the copper that we had found, or chalafite that we found in that thing. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But let's grab the ingots and we can craft this new fabrication workbench here. 2 components. I'm probably just going to place it here out of the way, move everything out of this into storage, destroy it, and then place it here. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Grab our components. Oh, it made 10 components. Oh, it must stack and it must make 5 at a time. Yeah, okay. Build that, place it just out of the way for now. All right, and then we're basically going to transfer everything into that, but we don't have the space to do it. So for now, I think I'm just going to go over to here, toss everything into that, empty it out, and move it over. I think that's going to work right there. Can we still squeeze through the door? It kind of takes up a little bit more space than the other one. I had to fiddle with it to get it exactly right. Like, it didn't want to get any closer to the wall or any closer to this, so we may have to rearrange some things in here. Let's place all of our tools back in here. I can probably just put the ones that I don't have in my... that I don't have locked. Let's see, I don't need a radio in it, I don't need a GPS in it, but a driver could work. An industrial driver, we'll put that in. I think that's all. Oh, no, we need a couple more. The sledgehammer, yep, put that in. A pipe wrench and some scissors should be all the tools that needs. Now, in this one, we can craft even more stuff. Some of the advanced components, like fabricated parts, we can start crafting. And we have a compass we can craft. We found a blueprint for that. We can make basically everything from the old crafting stations to the new one. Speaking of which, I forgot to show this on camera, but I made a spiked baseball bat, and it's literally just a baseball bat and nails, and it is one of the stronger weapons that I've found so far in the game. The spiked baseball bat does 23 melee damage, whereas my crowbar was doing like 20, or 18. So it does significantly more damage. It basically, if you use the heavy attack, it basically one-shots all the zombies that I've found so far. So that's good. We got our new crafting workbench. We got our forge set up. There's one last thing I wanted to craft today, and that's the advanced charcoal kiln. Can we make that? I need 2 more brackets, scrap metal sheets, and screws. Okay, let's pin that so I don't forget what all I need. Scrap metal sheets, I'm going to need 5. Oh, I need to get all my materials transferred back over too. Let's see, we had components and paste and copper wire bundles and ingots, all this stuff. Alright, I finally got everything crafted. It is getting dark on me. It's 7 p.m. We should be able to squeeze that, hopefully, in this corner over here. Let's see, station, our charcoal kiln, we got that. I wanted the advanced charcoal kiln. Let's build it. Will it fit in here? Okay, there we go. Just had to rotate it and get it just the right spot here. See how close we can get it to the wall. That's clipping. Oh, it's probably hitting the ceiling. This is kind of tall. Okay, there we go. Now we have our advanced charcoal kiln, and this we can put our charcoal in and make refined charcoal. The refined charcoal we can use in the industrial forge because it gets at a hotter temperature, and we can make our more advanced products in that. Things like steel and high-grade iron ingots we can craft in this. The only thing is we have to make this advanced charcoal kiln first. We take our charcoal out of here, which we've got 28 of. We might as well grab it, toss it in here. let's see, charcoal, plop it in, ignite it, and then wait for that charcoal to turn into the refined charcoal. And then we can craft that new forge, and that's just about all the crafting stations. The only other thing we'll need is the ore crusher. What else do we need for this forge? We need heavy bolts. I don't think I've got any heavy bolts. You can find those from dismantling things, but let me see. Do I have any bolts? None in that. They would be in one of these scrap chests right here. Okay, we've got a few. We've got 50. We've got actually 62. Let me pin that real quick and see if I've got everything. We may be able to go ahead and craft that today. Industrial forge, pin that. So we need 15 bolts, 2 scrap metal pipes, and 12 scrap metal sheets. You know what? We don't have the iron for that. I literally used all the iron I had in the, well, virtually all the iron I had in the base to make iron ingots that I used to make that kiln. So we're going to have to go out and get more iron. Let me think about anything else we need. We probably need to start scrapping some things for some heavy bolts because we're going to need more of those. We need scrap metal pipes and sheets. Let me just double check real quick. Scrap metal sheets are going to take iron ingots. Scrap metal pipes are also going to take iron ingots. We're going to need to make a lot more reinforced metal brackets. So we're going to need a lot more iron. So we're going to have to make a run to another cave because I'm not sure if I got all the hematite out of that cave, but I got most of it at least. And we're going to need make a lot more ingots here. Those are aluminum, but we're going to need to, while it's cooling off, I just tossed in some aluminum to use that residual heat. So we're going to need to make another run to another cave to get a lot more hematite to start making a lot more iron ingots. But that is going to have to wait for the next episode, guys. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the video. We'll see you on the next one.